Ahoy hoy y'all, how we doing today? It's ARCA Night in America. We're going road course racing today at Watkins Glen. So I hope everybody is ready for this. I see Landon, Dibslin, Moffat Cast are all here already, so hope everybody's ready for some fun ARCA action today. It's going to be an interesting one. ARCA Racing in America. No, it's ARCA Night in America. Close. And if you notice, the webcam looks better today. I actually figured out how to not make it look like we're broadcasting out of the 50s. So, you know, there is that. Today is going to be an interesting one. Ty Gibbs won the pole by almost a full second. It was like over 9/10. So today's going to be an interesting race. Who we got today? You guys tell me who you got as I read off the starting lineup to you. Ty Gibbs, obviously on the pole. Okay, so it was almost 9/10. I thought it was over 9/10. Close. Corey Heim starts on the outside pole. Austin Hill starts second with Carson Hocevar fourth. Sam Mayer 5th, Brandon Jones 6th, Chase Briscoe 7th, Chris Wright 8th, Nick Sanchez 9th, and Tyler Ankrum will start in 10th. 11th will be Riley Herbst, 12th Taylor Gray, 13th Jack Wood, Austin Wayne Self 14th, Thad Moffitt 15th, Drew Dollar 16th, Dale Quarterly 17th, Kyle Sieg 18th, Arnott Koch 19th, and Chris Worth in 20th. 21st will be Tim Richmond, 22nd Russ Lane, 23rd Ed Pompa, 24th Brad Perez, D.L. Wilson will start 25th, Brad Smith P26, Andy Jankowiak 27th, Dr. Ed Bull in 28th, and Tony Cosentino will start in 29th. Hey Ashton. Hey Brian. I like how you had to add that in at the end, Dibslin. Hey Robert. Yes, so you actually get to see my face a lot more clearly today than we have in the past. I finally did some digging and I think found out why the webcam looked weird before. I still look a little, the color looks a little off, but it's a lot clearer than it was. I still need to tweak with it a little bit and make it a little better, but this is definitely better than what it was before. I don't, at least not on stream. So, the interesting thing I've found today is there's a lot of drivers in this race from Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. Chase Briscoe's in this race. Yet, Ty Gibbs and Corey Heim are still your front row. I think that says a lot about the talent that those two have. Austin Hill's in a great car. That one car, every time it shows up on a road course, is fantastic. Sam Mayer in the 23, he's got Chevy backing, so every time he shows up in the 23, he's going to be fast. Brandon Jones is fast in the 25. Chase Briscoe, we saw how fast he was at Sonoma. We've got some really fast cars in this field, and the fact that Ty Gibbs and Corey Heim are still the front row says a lot. Oh, well, thank you, Dibslin. Dibblesn. Probably not, Brian. Judging by Corey's post-race interview at Winchester, I'm going to doubt it. Clareton clear. That's true. That was a song long before Clareton. Welcome to the Eric E-Step 100. I don't know about that. Something tells me E-Step is not watching this race. I really don't know. Oh, Dick Doney.
Naturally, and that's Watkins Glen. A lot goes into the driver's hands there. Turning left and right is a different thing that they don't get to do often. So just staying on course and not making a mistake is probably the biggest key to road racing.
That's a really, really high-speed road course that you really have to get up to speed, and then your braking done really, really quick. So that should be interesting. I don't really know a key to success because I've never been there again, but I guess I'll learn this year.
Watkins Glen, we treat almost like a right-hand oval. It's so fast. You know, it's a very historic racetrack as far
Yeah, I
as
did see that
NASCAR
notification a
goes.
minute ago, Robert.
Probably the first road course that I remember watching NASCAR run on, and that was so it's kind of it's a cool track to be able to run myself, and the great finishes I've watched there growing up and everything. So it's always been a cool track to me, and I'm excited to finally race it.
It's new for everybody.
Andy
Tire
Hillenberg
brings us a great road course tire. I was like, okay, that's new. That's new for us. Like I say, the defroster and the wipers, and make sure you have plenty of Rain-X and extra wheels and more brake cooling than you've ever had. It's brought a whole new level of excitement and interesting aspects, let's say, as a car owner.
So, speaking of Dick Donnie, apparently Donnie is actually how you pronounce his name. It's not Donnie, Doheny, none of that. So, and I found that out the other day. I don't remember. I think I was watching a Supercars Today video where he was interviewing Dick, and Dick actually said his last name was pronounced Donnie. I'd never heard anybody pronounce it like that before. Oh, thanks, Brian. One thing that annoys me about his comments is that he wants harder racing and racing like back in the day. That is, yeah, no, you're exactly right, Brian. I hope it will be. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. It could go either way. It could be a Ty Gibbs blowout, or it could actually be really good. Honestly, I have no idea yet. He gets it, yeah. The Gen 6 era hasn't been great. Highest hope, yeah. Generally, trying to remember, because the last K&N race here was in 2019. ARCA was supposed to be here last year, and then it got canceled because of COVID. I don't remember the K&N races being great here. Maybe I'm just not remembering correctly, but I don't remember them being fantastic. We'll see. I do believe it's 41 laps. I think. Let's see if I can double check that. Yes, 41 laps. That's 100.45 miles.
If only there was a place nearby you could get one of these. Or these. Good thing they're sold literally everywhere business is done. I'm pretty sure you could buy them at a bank. Not sorry. Reese's. How do we stuff Reese's
I should have
peanut
moved
butter
46 out of the way. I would have had
peanuts and chocolate in a Reese's Take 5?
Well, yeah.
How do we do it? I'm tired of being left off company email.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'll give Corey credit as he tries to be as clean as possible. So, I don't think he wanted to move to 46 unless he felt like he had to. Go mad for Thad. I like it. Cup is only 8 laps longer than Xfinity? Interesting. Figured there'd be a little more discrepancy there. It jumps up 30 laps to the truck race, 11 laps trucks to Xfinity, and then only 8 laps from Xfinity to Cup.
Well, Ty Gibbs and Corey Heim have dominated the wins and the headlines this season. But the last couple of weeks, they've taken their rivalry to another level.
Well, yeah, he did have to. And that's the thing, though. I don't think he expected Ty to actually turn him, though. Because honestly, he'd never, up to that point, he'd never really given Ty a reason to turn him. Sure, he gave him the bump and run at Elko.
No reason to worry about anything.
Ty Gibbs, another wrap to the 20. Ty Gibbs with a little bump and a run. Corey Heim.
That's not a bump and a run.
Up and I hit him, and it's just hard front racing.
We just took it up a notch a little bit, so I'm really excited for Watkins Glen.
I guess that's what you call
What was I saying?
from 18
I
right? These
don't think Corey expected Ty to turn him there because Corey'd never really given Ty a reason to turn him up to that point. Maybe a bump. Like, I could see a bump and run taking place there, but I don't think Corey expected Ty to be that aggressive with it. Because the thing is, if he had just bumped him, then Corey could have still probably fought back. And I think that's what Corey was expecting. He's like, alright, well, if he bumps me, I don't have to run that hard with the 46, because if he bumps me, then I still might have a chance to get back at him, and at worst, I finish second. He didn't expect a full-on spin. He's an Elko-holic. Nice. That's true. Yeah, I don't think Ty expected that, but at the same time, I think Ty should have seen how close Corey was to the 46 and been like, oh, he's probably not gonna, like, move him, so I probably should let off, too. And not saying that it was, like, I don't know. The ARCA is not a bloodbath 100. Well, we can't have Taylor Gray versus Daniel Dye Part 2 today because Daniel Dye is not in the field. Jack Wood is in the 21. Dye will not be back until, I think, Milwaukee is his next race. I don't think he's at Michigan or Springfield.
41 years ago, Clean Harbor started with just a few employees in a single truck.
He's got Monster on the Xfinity car this week?
Environmental service provider in North America, and we maintain one of the country's largest vehicle.
Well, it wouldn't be Part 2 at this point of Heim versus Gibbs. We're at, like, Part 7 at this point. But, yeah, I'm sure we'll see a continuation of that today. I'd be surprised if we don't.
So drive hard, safe, and drive to win. And drive, start your engine.
Anybody gonna... There we go. They said start your engines, and then nobody started their engines.
Engines are now fired when we return to Watkins Glen. We'll wave the green flag and battle it out for 100 miles.
We've been powering the American road since before it was paved. Our first breakthrough in motor oil was introducing it. And we've been reinventing it ever since. From the world's first high mileage oil.
Yeah, that sounds pretty typical for Landon.
There are those who change with the times.
Here we go in like 5 minutes, Moffat Cast. Because they're probably going to do 2 to 3 pace laps. Even though a pace lap here takes forever. Because why not? It's ARCA. Bottom line, Gibbs-Heim deal with racing. The Gray incident was... Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely agree. The Gibbs and Heim thing, at least up to this point, is just racing. Now, if it continues to build, it may go past that point. But up to this point, yeah, it's just racing.
Excellent choice.
Verizon launched the first 5G network, and now we want to be the first to give everyone...
Drivers, don't start your engines. Plug them into an electrical outlet instead. I don't think that's too far off.
Families, businesses, every customer, from these bakers to these bakers.
I mean,
5G phones when you trade...
realistically, it can't be that far off because which car manufacturer said that they were going all electric by 2040? Was it Honda? Honda, Hyundai, Toyota. Here, I'll just list off all the car companies and eventually I'll get it right. I remember seeing that from one of them, that they said they were going to be all electric by 2040. And I can't imagine the others will be too far behind them. So, honestly, if the road cars are all electric, these are probably going to go electric by that point, too. So, I mean, we're probably talking 20, 25 years at most down the road, and all this is going to be electric, would be my guess. Did you see my Daniel Dye joke? Which one? He has a bad dye job. Is that supposed to be like day job? I get it.
This is the buffalo chicken pizza that pizza deserves. Marco's. Pizza lovers get it. With a top-rated app that lets you
Was it Mercedes-Benz? Okay. Maybe there was a bunch of them. Maybe there was more than one. Maybe I only saw one, but there's been a bunch of them. But yeah, I mean, the point still stands that, I mean, we're probably looking 20, 25 years down the road at most, and all of this is going to be electric. Because if all the road cars are electric by that point, why would they leave racing as not electric?
Welcome back to the Clean Harbors 100 at the Glen.
Well,
The second time in history
that is a possibility too. Hey, Rebecca.
At the Glen. So it's a big night, a lot of unknowns, a lot to be excited about. Now,
Which one did I recommend? I don't remember which one I recommended. I mean, honestly, I've only had one that I didn't like, and that was Blueberry Pomegranate. Generally, I'll drink either the Blue Raspberry. I don't remember which one it is. I've got one in the fridge right now, and Fruit Punch. Those are the two I generally go to. No more fuel mileage races. That's how much charge you have left in your battery. Is that Trevor Bain? Why is Trevor Bain in the booth? He's got no Menards affiliation. Tyler Ankrum looks so pissed off in his picture.
Not a lot, but last time we were on the air for an ARCA Menards race on FS1, you were in the booth with us, I think. But I guess you didn't like Jamie and I in the booth. You're going to have some more fun, you think, on the racetrack? Hey, I got a lot of good feedback on that, so maybe who knows, one day I'll end up there with you guys. But trying to test my luck again in the ARCA race. We've got Magic Woods, Menards.
Pop the corn, Ethel.
Solid run at Mid-Ohio in this car. Did you feel like you got what you need today? Yeah, I think so. These cars are definitely different than the Xfinity cars in some ways. I think it's just going to take me attacking the track a little bit harder compared to what I'll have to do tomorrow to get some more speed out of it. So I know there's still something left in me. I know we got the halfway break to make the car just a little bit better as well. So combine those and hopefully have a shot to go.
Okay, so there is a halfway break. Should be about lap 20, I would guess.
Up in the booth here, I'm taking your spot tonight, but I know you spent a lot of time working this week with Blake Cook on iRacing and just all the stuff you do to prepare for the road courses. You feel like he got you dialed in for this one? Yeah, well, I know you and Blake are really close, and I've been using him a lot this year to try to help and better my performances at all these racetracks. So me and Blake worked really hard. I did beat his lap on iRacing by a pretty good bit, so we got to get that little shout out in there to rub that in his face a little bit. But I know he's been really, really helpful preparing for these races, and I know it's going to pay off again this weekend.
Well, Brandon, thanks so much for your time. Have a great race. And
I do like his scheme. I will agree with that, Robert. What company is that on the hood? I like that light blue. I like it better than his Mid-Ohio scheme, which was tied, I think. And I like that one a lot.
This onboard is sponsored by Dixie Vodka. Bad news for Rowlett, though.
He's going to have to go to the back of the pack for an engine change.
Is that a Thad? He's got 45 on his helmet for Adam Petty. Huh. Interesting.
He's going to do triple duty. He's going to run the truck race tomorrow as well as the Xfinity race. This is a Sioux Chief on board, and Sam will start from the 5th spot.
Speaking of Sioux Chief, it's a Sioux Chief showdown. That's a tongue twister. It's race number 7 of 10. They come on board, Phil. Explain exactly what this does and how it helps the younger guys.
Yeah, this is 10 races taken out of the 20 race ARCA Menards schedule, and these are on shorter racetracks, road courses, dirt tracks that the younger drivers aren't able to do. They can't do the speedways at Daytona, Talladega, Charlotte, but they can do all these 10 races, so it's a championship within a championship.
Trevor, how important is it for these young guys? I mean, we've got a 16-year-old in the field learning this track at Watkins Glen.
It's so important for these young guys and the experienced guys alike. That's why
Sioux
Briscoe's
Chief.
coming down to get some experience for the Cup race on Sunday. But these young guys, you know, getting to make laps at a track that they hope to race at in the future in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Well, we have all kinds of stories from the front to the back. Let's check in with Kate Osborne one more time.
Well, you guys are talking about the upper hand, and that is someone who has run laps here before. One of those drivers is Dr. Chris Worth. He's starting 20th tonight, and he's actually
Oh, we've got 2 doctors in the field.
Watkins Glen, and he hopes that helps it pay off for him here tonight. But he's actually an anesthesiologist in his day job. His joke was, "Hey, I work on race cars at night. I'm a pretend mechanic, and that has brought me here."
Whoa,
to
I
his
like his
first
paint
National
scheme.
Series race. Meanwhile, up at the
What
front
is
of the pack,
that?
Corey Heim is getting the encouragement that he needs from his team. His team is telling him, save as much as you can, stay on that blacktop, do what Corey Heim does, and you're going to be great. He said,
Oh, of course, as he gets closer to actually see the scheme, they cut away from it.
Anesthesiologist in the field. We also have a chiropractor. Dr. Ed Bull is in the 77. These guys they're just racers at heart.
I love that. Let's take a look at our race analysis. The Clean Harbors 100 race length.
We might.
Just over 100 miles. We will have a race break around lap number 21.
It's going to be the best ARCA race of the year, best road course with stacked field. Gonna make a run for it. I would have to agree with that, Lindsay. Chris Worth in the 74. They said he's an anesthesiologist, and then Dr. Ed Bull is in the 77 car. He's a chiropractor. Hey, Bussin'. You haven't even missed the green flag. You're not late.
That's a great area too, though. I mean, we've all spent some time in Watkins Glen around there. Just a fun place to be.
It's a great spot. There's hiking, waterfalls, and it always feels like fall when we go this time of year. It's cool and nice out. But man, I'm excited to watch this ARCA Menards series make their return. It's been so long since they were here, and these guys have got to be chomping at the bit to get going. I know talking to Austin Hill earlier today, he said he's looking forward to this first restart. He starts on the pole tomorrow for the Gander Truck Series race, and he's like, man, I'm going into turn 1 with no practice. I got to figure out where my braking zone is at. So this will be a great experience for him to start here in row 2 in 3rd spot.
I'm curious to see how turn 1 goes here with Gibbs and Heim. Dye's not even in the race, Ashton.
Alright, the Toyota Camry pace car is off. Ty Gibbs and Corey Heim on the outside.
And green flag.
And the green flag is in the air. We're racing.
Ty gets a good jump, already clear into the lead. Austin Hill inside Corey looking for P2. Down into turn 1. Ooh, Corey went a little wide there off of 1. Made it work, though. Cleared Austin Hill, and now he's already looking for Ty. Hill cleared into 3rd. It looks like Hocevar is going to take 4th. Maybe not. He's got, who is that? Sam Mayer coming back on the inside. Mayer cleared Hocevar for 4th. And Briscoe takes 5th from Hocevar into the bus stop.
Now, when it comes to a race that's short like this, 41 laps, the sense of urgency, is it starting now?
I think it does, but in a race like this, if you keep the car on the track all day long, you take care of your brakes and have a body on it.
Gibbs is already 5 or 6 car lengths ahead of Heim. I have a bad feeling that's what we're about to see all day. Briscoe taking a peek inside. Austin Hill for third into one. Couldn't make that work. Gibbs and Heim are already checking out from everybody else, which I find really interesting when you've got the next two cars being Austin Hill, Chase Briscoe, and Sam Mayer. Yeah, the Austin Hill car looks really good. That's the same scheme he had at Mid-Ohio. I think you're right, Brian. Two laps complete. Gibbs is your leader. Heim second. Briscoe third. Austin Hill fourth. Sam Mayer fifth. Carson Hocevar sixth. Chris Wright seventh. Brandon Jones eighth. Taylor Gray ninth. And Nick Sanchez 10th. Oh, you're right. Ed Bull is off. Been nice if the broadcast would have said something about that. I didn't even realize it until I saw you said it in the chat, and then I looked down at the ticker. Yep, I think that's about right, Brian. I think that is going to be the only chance anybody has. Well, and the thing is, even if he does that, I don't know if the field has anything for Corey. Well, I say that, and it looks like Briscoe's actually tracking him down right now. So Briscoe may actually be faster than Heim. I don't know if he's got anything for Gibbs. That is a Fox and NBC issue. You are correct, Robert. Briscoe won the Sonoma race. What do you mean he hasn't won anything? He won the only other time he's been in an ARCA car this year. See, but here's the problem with that, Lindsay. If we're watching TV, we're probably not going to see it because Fox doesn't like to show midfield battles all that much. If this was a MAV TV broadcast, we'd probably be seeing a lot more of the midfield battles. Right now, it's mostly, we're just mostly keeping an eye on Gibbs, Heim, and Briscoe. Yeah, Heim actually is starting to close in. He's got the gap under a second now. So this may not be the Ty Gibbs runaway that it looked like for a moment. Ankrum got shoved out of the bus stop.
He's got to be glad that's not a sand anymore like it was when you were racing there, right? Should be a caution out and a record coming out to fill him out of the sand.
Mm-hmm.
That is that risk reward. That bus stop, it will entice you every time to drive in a little bit further, and when you go too far, you find out pretty quick.
See, now the picture looks accurate for him, because I'm sure that's exactly what his face looks like right now, after doing that.
Look who's joined the party. Chase Briscoe just got around the 20 of Corey Heim, but after
What do you mean, look who just joined the party? We're watching Ty Gibbs now. We haven't even actually seen that Briscoe passed him yet. Oh, now we're going to break. But yes, Briscoe is around Heim for second.
There's an America we build, and one we explore.
Alright, so working lap 5, Ty Gibbs is your leader. Chase Briscoe's gotten around Corey Heim for second. Heim is third. Sam Mayer fourth. Austin Hill fifth. Carson Hocevar sixth. Chris Wright seventh. Taylor Gray eighth. Brandon Jones ninth. And Nick Sanchez is 10th.
Grand Cherokee L.
Your mom's been posting a lot since she got that phone from cricket. Every day. Here's a comment. We stand.
I mean, I don't know that you're as far ahead of me as you think you are, Ashton. It's mostly the delay on YouTube. It's more of a delay for YouTube than it is a delay for what I'm actually seeing. I don't know what we're doing, Ashton. We might be doing F1 if I can get it to work. Well, that's true. Yeah, those cartoons were terrible. Ty Gibbs joining the party from the lead. A mechanical issue at Kyle Busch in 19. It would shake the whole race. Hey! Is that the real Greg Van Alst? How's it going? Yeah, that would be cool if you were in this race as well as you did at Winchester. Well, Lindsay, Ashton was asking about my other channel. I've been playing F1 2021 on Sunday nights on stream on there. Well, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, Greg.
If you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again. Shop millions of great deals at the all-new Carfax.com.
I'm 53, but in my mind, I'm still 35. That's why I take Osteo Biflex, to keep me moving the way I was made to. It nourishes and strengthens my joints for the long term.
Osteo Biflex, plus vitamin D for immune support.
Band practice, soccer, whatever that is, Nathan is working on. Nobody has time to cook, but the big dinner box from Pizza Hut is the answer. 2 pizzas, wings, breadsticks. It's the easy way to feed the whole family in one box.
Yes, yes it is, Ashton.
Welcome back to the Clean Harbors 100 at the Glen. 7 laps in. It's been all Ty Gibbs.
Sam Mayer has gotten around Corey Heim now for third, so move Heim all the way back to fourth.
Sam Mayer in the 23 got around the 20.
Austin Wayne Self is also into the top 10 now.
Play here and take a look. This is that turn 1 passing zone that we've talked about. You just can challenge that, make so much speed on entry there, and he did a great job.
Maybe Mayer can get up here and do something. Back to the old days of Mayer and Heim battles.
He pushed it a little bit too much out of the carousel there, though.
No Heim time this week. There's still a pit stop to be had. He might sneak back up there after the break.
That pass for third, and maybe even as wide as he went in the carousel.
That looked like something you'd do at Sonoma, maybe not at Watkins Glen.
Well, it's not much of a duel between those two right now. Heim's all the way back to fourth, and Gibbs is
He stepped up to
checked out over Chase Briscoe at the moment.
sideways there. The 69 impressed
Ooh, Russ Lane almost lost it out of the out of the bus stop. Oh, he's got a left rear down.
Yeah, the last 2 laps around the racetrack, Chase Briscoe has been the fastest car. He passed for second.
We got some trouble.
Yeah, Brett Crowman will build the caution.
Briscoe closing in on Gibbs.
He's on the racetrack.
The lead's down to about a car length. He's there into one.
Getting down to turn number 1.
It has to be so difficult on a road course when you have a flat tire to be able to hang on to it for almost 2.5 miles to get back to pit lane.
It is really tough, and that happened right before pit lane there on the backside of the racetrack.
Briscoe may have something here. Meanwhile, everybody else,
Guys get there.
Mayer in third is almost 4 seconds back right now.
But there's a difference. There's ways to
So Briscoe, at least right now, before the pit stop, seems to be the only one who has anything for tie.
once you catch somebody, you slow down to their pace on entry, and that makes it really difficult to get by. If you know what you're doing here, though, like Chase Briscoe does, you'll be able to set him up with that much speed.
Well, Sam Mayer in the 23 driving for Brett Holmes Racing doing triple duty this weekend. He's making his way forward, Kate.
He absolutely is, and he actually said his best friend is
You know,
be water as
I'd be down for that, Lindsay. 2012 finish. That was fantastic. That was the one. That was Busch, Keselowski, and Ambrose, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm thinking of. I had that Ambrose race win diecast for a while. I sold it a couple years ago, but that's an all-time great finish for the Cup Series. I think we'll see green-white checkers. I don't know if we'll see one today. I'd be surprised. Now Briscoe would be asleep. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Once he got there, he had no air on the front of that car to keep those brakes cool, and he's smart enough to know, all right, now's not the time. I can't make the pass yet. I'm going to back off and take care of my equipment, and I'll make another run at him.
Yeah, it's fine, and he's a couple tenths faster by
Oh, Mayer slides it into the bus stop, and around he goes back onto the track. Almost gets hit by Austin Hill. Oh, and he is right in the line coming out of the bus stop. Everybody is dodging him. Somebody else missed the bus stop, too. I couldn't tell who that was.
We'll see what happens. I'd love to check out.
Mayer's back going now, though. He's lost a lot of spots. I don't know where that cycles him into. It looks like 9th.
So, to me, what it looks like there is he was having a hard time in between his downshifts. He may have gotten stuck in between gears, and we'll watch here and see if that's the case. Ooh, but just a lot of wheel hop,
Oh, he wheel hopped it in.
Third gear, maybe was waiting for the center of the bus stop to go to that second gear, and just rolled a little too much speed, got some wheel hop. The RPM and the braking wasn't aligned.
Yeah, the rough year does continue.
you would shift a second gear before you get, as you're driving straight before you get to the bus stop. He may have been in there so hot he was trying to get it corralled and didn't even have time to shift, and that put him in the corner that much faster.
He got busy. He got in there real fast.
Well, it looks like he is definitely back up to speed. What are they saying, Kate?
Right now they're talking tires. See, they know that there's an issue with the brake pedal, but they asked how are the tires. He said,
So we should have about, 8 laps now until the break.
here, it's gonna be good. We have no one behind us right now.
After catching Gibbs, Briscoe really hasn't been able to do anything. He's there,
They really have to manage that.
but it doesn't seem like he's really going to make a move.
Hang on until lap 21.
Luckily, it looked like most of his spinning.
And that lead behind those two has continued to grow. Heim is now 6 seconds back in third.
Well, it's been all clean sailing up front for the 18 of Ty Gibbs. Chase
Yeah, that was pretty scary. I'm impressed that nobody tagged him there.
I'm Richard Petty. And you might say
All I do is win, win. Whoa!
And you know the secret of my success? Having a good support team around me when I'm needed. That's why you should consider driving for a company called Clean Harbor. Sure,
I noticed this earlier today in the
special is a team
the promo that they had on the race center on the ARCA site. Since when does Richard Petty have a goatee?
with a road trucker
Like,
or you're in a
he's always had the mustache, right? But like, he's got this down here now too.
Harbors is the kind of place where you can build a long driving career.
It just does not look right for Richard Petty.
Give Clean Harbors a call.
He's just got that iconic look. He can't change it.
The rest of
all I do is grin.
General Tire was born more than 100 years ago, right here in America.
I think this is the first time I've seen a General Tire commercial on these races that's not the one with Michael Self. You know the one I'm talking about?
Last century, tackling every kind of road this country has to
I think this is the first time I've seen a different one.
without roads.
Thought Mayer was gonna get nailed. Yeah, I think we all did.
So you
Thought
know
his splitter was gonna. Well, yeah, that too. I'm surprised his splitter didn't get ripped off. Okay, so he's had it for a little while. How long has he had it?
Spence Jr., August 21st, live on pay-per-view. Buy now on the Fox Sports app and watch on any screen you want. See yourself.
Welcome back.
I do like that Selfie is gone from ARCA, but then he's still back because, or he's still there because they play his General Tire commercial all the time.
It's every workout.
Goat E.
In a nearly invisible home gym. Come on, Jeffy, one more. It's a race.
Yeah, that would have been a big ouch.
Let's go. A group class.
It is a Stuart Haas prepared car, yes, Brian. Technically, it's entered as a Chad Bryant racing car,
Each member and every instruction.
which is the same way that it was when he was at Sonoma for the West race. Oh, I miss Selfie too, Robert. Selfie's a good dude.
And see your best self. In the mirror.
One of the nicest guys I've ever met.
The battle up front is heating up. They're getting into some lappers. We thought Chase
Is it heating up? Because this is what it's looked like for about 7 laps now.
little mistake.
Briscoe doesn't seem like he wants to really make a move.
Just like that first Xfinity race that he won, the pressure does not seem to get to him. He seems to be able to hold it together. But I'll tell you, I really think Chase Briscoe's got a better car right now. He seems to be catching him every time. Ty gets a little breathing room with some lap traffic. I really think we're going to see something.
Oh, he's taking a peek into 10.
Chase Briscoe to the inside.
There we go. Briscoe inside. Gibbs a little wide to give him room. Gibbs is still there, though, into 11. Oh, and Briscoe's going to take him on the outside.
Is he cleared? He's
New leader, Chase Briscoe.
the lead from Ty Gibbs for the first time in this race.
So,
That's another nominee for a Reese's Sweet Move, an early favorite for me.
Yes.
I think the wave out the window was even better. He's not used to seeing that. When him and Corey are racing, it's a little bit more aggressive than I think you hand out the window.
He's not used to seeing anybody pass him. Let's just put it that way.
Well, yeah. Jamie's not wrong.
Strength of this field.
He didn't technically retire. In fact, he told me that he may not fully be done with ARCA. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's one-offs at some point, or if that's he might come back full-time at some point. I don't know. But yeah, he didn't officially retire. He just took an ownership role in a sports car team. And I think he's been driving part-time for them as well.
Coasted around to the
Yes, Chris Wright is in the 30. I mean, Tom Hessert, really good, but always a bridesmaid. Well, in terms of the championship, yeah, he definitely was always the bridesmaid.
You know, it just makes me wonder if it's a shifting thing or if it's
Giving a
just,
preview for Sunday. I don't know about that. Those Stuart Haas cars outside of Almirola at New Hampshire haven't been much.
to get that habit broken.
Looked like they took a lot of extra time. He probably had a lot of grass on his grill, so they took a lot of extra time.
Asking for a first-time watcher of NASCAR ARCA, why don't they why sometimes not show the anthem? That's a good question. I do not know the answer to that.
I know some people probably wonder, why is the Cup Series?
It may not be that they're not showing it. It may be more that they didn't do it. I don't know.
Well practiced. Can you imagine being a rookie, Trevor, when you
Did they not show it today? I wasn't really paying attention.
No, I definitely can't.
It's possible that they do the anthem before the broadcast goes live.
Chief, you mentioned this Cup team is the one that prepared this.
Because, I mean, what, 10 minutes before engines are fired. Oh, Dale Quarterly hard into the wall out of 11. I think that's going to be a caution. Yes, it is.
Here, Watkins Glen, we've got the first caution of the day. Comes out on lap 17. Let's see exactly what happened.
A very experienced road racer. There he is racing with Drew Dollar. They make contact.
Oh, he cut down in on Drew Dollar's nose into 11. I guess didn't know he was there and spun himself into the wall.
He certainly has a destroyed race car stuck out on the racetrack.
It's on Fox Sports 1. Cypherian, I think is how you pronounce that.
We'll line it back up and wave that green flag after this.
Verizon launched the first 5G network, and now we want to be the first to give everyone the joy of 5G by giving every customer a new 5G phone. Old customers.
Forehead. Whose forehead are we talking about? Talking about my forehead? Don't you be talking about my forehead now.
To these fakers. And no, new 5G phones when you trade it.
Okay, I'm not gonna say Dollar dumped him. Dollar was there and Quarterly just chopped his nose off.
Upgrade your
I'm gonna put that one on Quarterly.
I want cream fries. $4 now at Arby's. Still got curlies at the Arby's.
I don't know if this will be the... It would make sense because we're only gonna go back green for what, like a lap or two if they don't? I feel like this almost has to be the break.
That's why they customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. I mean, just because you look like someone else doesn't mean you eat off the floor or yell at the vacuum.
Oh, you're talking about Ankram's forehead. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they didn't give a great angle, but I mean, you could tell that the Dollar was there, and it was just Quarterly cutting down on him. Because I don't know if Quarterly didn't know he was there, if he was expecting Dollar to back out, what happened there, but Dollar was there and he had the position. I'm not going to blame that one on Drew Dollar.
Where traditions were passed down on the tailgate. And the only thing more powerful than the feeling
I don't know. Outside of the 20, the Venturini cars have been a little off the past few weeks. I don't know what their deal is. Heim has still been fairly competitive, but the 15 and the 25 have not been.
We're so embarrassed we overpaid for this used car. We don't even want to show our faces around here.
If you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again. Shop at
Alright, see you, Greg. Thanks for hanging out.
Carfax.com.
Help keep your engine running like new with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus. Join the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. Save even more on fuel when you shop in our stores. Fill up, save up, and snack up at Shell.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Mint deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does. It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time. Dove Mint, 48-hour freshness, winter collection moisturizers.
Menards is the Midwest's ultimate home improvement store. Family owned since 1958, Menards is the one-stop shop where you always save big money. Get the Midwest's best selection nationwide when you shop online at Menards.com. We make it easy to complete your projects around the house, big or small. From hardware to plumbing or paint to appliances, we carry it all. Visit Menards.com
Oh,
today.
that's a good one, Brian.
At Menards.
ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper, and by Sue Chief, America's manufacturer of plumbing, drainage, supply, and support products. Under caution for the first time today after Dale Quarterly had a hard hit after contact with Drew Dollar. So let's go back to the Sam Mayer incident. We'll take a look at what happened when he missed the bus stop and what happened after that exactly.
So we've got Sam Mayer missing it here. He's going to get a penalty, right? I mean, he's going to have that pass-through penalty.
So he would get a pass-through penalty there. On board, completely missed it.
So if you don't come to a complete stop, then you've got to come down pit road. He's coming down pit road, but I don't know why. I haven't figured this out yet, but he's going to pull into the pit box here and get some work done. So that negates his pass-through penalty. That doesn't count as your pass-through. You've got to The waiver on car. Now he's got to do another pass through.
So, what did Mayer have a pass through for? He had a pass through, but he stopped in the box, so apparently it didn't count as the pass through, so he's got to do it again. I'm confused. Oh, did he miss the bus stop? Is that what it was? Bus didn't stop for him. Bussin', did you have something to do with this?
ARCA series has a mandatory pit stop. Basically, you can come in and it's a modified pit stop, so they'll have time to change. They can change tires and fuel. They can't do them at the same time.
Okay, so this is going to be the break.
We were scheduled on or around lap 21 for lap 18, so they figured now is a good time.
Okay, so your running order here for the break. Briscoe, your leader. Ty Gibbs, second. Corey Heim, third. Austin Hill, fourth. Carson Hocevar, fifth. Chris Wright, sixth. Taylor Grace, seventh. Brandon Jones, eighth. Riley Herbst, ninth. Nick Sanchez in 10th.
And you don't make any gains, so that's why they don't have the big pit crews going over the wall here. It's definitely a cost-saving initiative. As we remain under caution,
Maybe.
wait for the cars to come down pit road. We'll step aside, but you won't miss
I'm just not going to risk it. Well, that would be the smart thing to do, right? Perplexed Garth. We haven't had enough perplexed Garth around here lately. We may not necessarily be, Landon. It depends how this restart goes. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if we go green the rest of the race. So this restart might determine who wins this race. Yep, just got 80 more. 80 more and we get mobile live streams at the track. I don't know if Ty has anything for Briscoe or not.
Just tell me what I need to know.
Never.
49 subscribers from the nice subscriber. Huh?
She doesn't like surprises, Dave.
I don't know what that means, MoffatCast.
Booking a trip can feel dramatic,
A cookie? I want a cookie. You know what? I'm going to get a cookie. Just because you brought that up, Dibslin. Because I think I deserve a cookie. Got a Reese's Pieces cookie. We're way past 69 though. 969 is not the same thing, MoffatCast. I do get a cookie. See? Ooh, I could use some Girl Scout cookies. Is it that time of year? I don't know. I don't ever know when Girl Scout cookies are being sold. I just randomly randomly see them around. And I'm like, oh, I need to get some of those.
Let's take a look now at our Richmond Water Heaters mid-race recap.
Great jump by Ty Gibbs on the
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with Thin Mints. Cannot go wrong with Thin Mints. Ooh, an M&M's ice cream sandwich cookie. That does sound good. I might have to get some of those. I haven't had one of those in a long time, actually. Oh, March to May. I guess I missed out this year then. Oh, it's got to be Thin Mints, Rebecca. Ain't nothing even close to Thin Mints. Thin Mints are the best, and you can't convince me any other way. None of the others are even close. Ooh, Reese's Cup sounds good. You know, that would make sense, actually, Brian.
They also talked about saving those brakes. And then moving along to the front.
I saw something, I think it was a stand-up comedian. I don't remember who it was, but I remember I saw somewhere the guy was like, the Girl Scouts have become just a giant cookie company that gets away with child labor. And that actually kind of, like, yeah, and that actually kind of made sense. What was the 2001 Watkins Glen finish? I have no idea. I've never watched that race.
That's right. I want the whole world to know how much I like driving.
Not really, Rebecca.
People are great. They're working hard to make the world a cleaner, safer place.
I don't drink a lot of milk, period. If we're being honest.
That's easy. You just go to careers.cleanharbors.com. Whether you want to drive route, over the road, or special equipment, they've got the driving position right for you.
Who said that, Dibslin? I'm so confused.
Me too. Y'all watch the number 46 win next week.
There we go. Brian's on my side with the Thin Mints. Taco Bell commercials.
Fox Nation presents 6 movies.
You must be getting different commercials than I am. I haven't seen a Taco Bell commercial.
Exclusive specials exploring the actor-director's celebrated legacy. Stream Clint Eastwood, American Outlaw on Fox Nation. Make this the summer you taught
Well,
what it means to serve.
he had a wreck that looked like it should have killed him, but he got out of that with no injuries whatsoever.
By the handful, where traditions were passed down on the tailgate.
I'm just in a constant state of confused.
Was the drug that took you to it. Make this the summer of Ram. Now get $3,550 in total values plus financing at no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2021 Ram 1500.
This is the sound of change from PNC Bank. It's the sound of 1,000 sighs of relief and of a company watching out for you. This is the sound of low cash mode from PNC Bank, giving you multiple options and at least 24 hours to help you avoid an overdraft fee. Because we believe how you handle overdrafts should be in your control, not just your bank's. Low cash mode on virtual.
No tires, I guess, isn't going to be here tonight, bussin'. She made that abundantly clear in the Discord.
Powerful woman in Egypt. But no one likes a diva, hun.
I think she said she's at Yankee Stadium.
She realized rulers could give back.
I don't think I've ever had the lemon ones.
With time. After that, it was
The all chocolate ones? You mean the Thin Mint?
ARCA Racing on FS1.
Yeah, I've never heard of ice and milk. That doesn't... I never heard of anybody doing that. Because the milk's already cold. Otherwise, it's not good to drink. It's like Ankram's already out.
Clean Harbors 100, as you see right there. Tyler Ankram, his issues started early in this race. Overshot the bus stop area, and now you see them trying to figure out if they can solve the issue and get back out, but
See a number of the Ilmore engine guys around there, so I'm not obviously some sort of an issue is the engine, so I don't think they've given up on it yet.
Looks like Sam Mayer's issues are getting a little bit worse. He's starting at the tail of the field on this restart. This will be that penalty that he missed as the pass-through. We'll have to watch him and see if he can get back to the front of the one-lap-down cars to fight for that free pass later on.
well, this should be fun. I want to see what he can do with it.
All right, coming back to green. Lap
Chase Briscoe.
19.
Ty Gibbs on the front row. Green flag is in the air.
Hmm.
Kicking out of line early there with Chris Wright with some road racing experience.
Ooh.
He's trying to outbreak him all.
Oh, 3 wide through 1. Gibbs gets shoved wide by Heim. He kept his foot in it, though, and Gibbs holds second behind Briscoe. Heim will be third. Looks like Hill's going to take fourth from Hocevar.
And he just turned 18 this year. He wasn't old enough to race at many of the racetracks that we race, and on the truck series, he's doing an unbelievable job. And I think he had a top 5 run at Darlington, no less.
He did.
I bet he's the tallest driver in the field, too.
Pretty tall.
Very tall, very lanky, and he's just getting it down on the truck side. Had some great runs over there. Right now, looking like he's going to make the playoffs. Running 5th right now in that red and black number 50, but a heck of a restart for him.
That was a great job. And right behind him, we see the guy that I thought it was, and Chris Wright, the road racer here in the 30 car. See if he's having a good day here for himself.
Great battle with the 17 of Taylor Gray. There's Brandon Jones, our Menards in race.
Ooh, Jones is going to peek it inside Taylor Gray.
Taylor comes down and chops the nose.
Can't make that work.
Blocks that advance.
Meanwhile, everybody's pretty much single filed out already after a lap.
He's raced everything here, included IMSA.
Briscoe, Gibbs, Heim, Hill, Hocevar, the top 5. All pretty much nose to tail.
Sam Hunt tomorrow.
About Raleigh, Herbst, the 54 car.
Briscoe headed for the disco.
Shotgun on the field at the very back, made his way all the way up into the top 10 now. He's battling Brandon Jones for the 8th spot.
Ooh, Brandon Jones is able to hang on the outside of turn 2. We don't see that often, but I think that the 54 of Riley Herbst is going to have the preferred line getting here into the bus stop.
Kate.
Evan Reed, the crew chief, said that they changed some rubbers, and they're hoping that the air pressure changes helps him in the second half. He said they finally found some speed at the second half of that first part of the race. The number 25 of Brandon Jones, this is a new car that's under him. It only has 1 race at Mid-Ohio, and they felt extremely confident in those cars coming into Watkins Glen, guys.
And a really solid run at Mid-Ohio. Finished 4th there.
He did a really good job there getting back in line. A lot of times when you're the outside guy going into the bus stop, you don't
Heading to the
lose
Discord.
lose 2 or 3.
I doubt that.
To let the guys in, but he did a good job after the carousel to get back in line in front of the 2 car here.
Nick Sanchez is doing a really good job. Right battling with Brandon Jones here. You see him now switch over, see if he can outbreak him, getting down into turn number 1.
Nick Sanchez and the 2 going to the inside. Is he going to make it work? They going to touch?
And Sanchez is going to take 9th from Brandon Jones.
Sanchez came up through the NASCAR Drive for Diversity program, driving for Rev Racing. He had 9 straight top 10 finishes, and then he went to Winchester and ended that last week.
Yeah, that was not by his own doing, though. He was caught up in a little bit of a mess there on the front stretch. And,
Wrong place, wrong time.
that's exactly right.
Making a little bit of a comeback as he runs 9th right now. The Menards on board.
Yeah, with Brandon Jones. Brandon lost a couple spots here since this restart. Raleigh got by him as well as Nick Sanchez.
Yeah, that's not usually a thing you can do on road courses, holding the outside. I'm impressed by that.
It's been a little irritating for him
I mean, I'm not saying Briscoe doesn't have a Discord. He probably does. I'm saying I figured you were saying he was coming to our Discord, which is probably not happening.
That's right, and I think sometimes this series can be so good as a confidence booster for somebody like Riley that's competing full-time in the Xfinity Series and just wants to come out here and show what he can do and get some laps. And when they unload tomorrow with the Xfinity car, well, he's got 40 more laps than everybody else in the field except for the guys running today, and it really does give you some confidence.
You know, it's been such a game changer since the COVID pandemic with no practice at these places. I mean, whether it's a super speedway or short track, road course like this, but the no practice has been so different. I think I only ran one race in my lifetime that I didn't get any practice on the racetrack, and that was because of rain at an Xfinity race in Richmond years ago. It rained up until race time, and they said, go on out there and do it. It's the only time in my career I ever raced without practice.
And they said we couldn't do it. Are you crazy?
I don't know about that. Phil only had one race in his entire career where he didn't have practice or qualifying. I don't know about that. Oh, Heim is on the bumper of Gibbs. He may have something to say for second here. I wonder if Gibbs used his car up early in the race. He pushed it so hard. We haven't seen a lot of that from Ty this year, but not saying he can't still do it anymore, because he did that a lot last year. He may have used his stuff up trying to stay in front of Briscoe, is what it might have been. No, Dye wasn't supposed to be in this race anyway. Dye's not going to be back until Milwaukee, I think, is his next race. Press X, then doubt Phil Patterson.
We knew he was going to win. It was just a matter of time. I don't think any of us thought it was going to be at Knoxville, though.
That's dirt racing, Jamie. I don't think I've been to a dirt race and gotten home before 2 a.m. ever, so I had to make sure it was a full experience. But, you know, I talked to Austin earlier today about Mid-Ohio and where he thought he maybe could have beat Ty if he was a little bit better, and he thought it was that Ford drive. Watkins Glen's a track, you're not worried about Ford drive so much here. Maybe off of turn 1, but everywhere else, it's how the...
Oh, Heim looking inside Gibbs into one for second. Not giving him any room, shoved him off a little bit. They're still side by side into 2. Oh, they are inches apart. Heim's holding it there on the outside of 3 through the S's. Oh, this is getting good. Wait, why is the ticker showing them as the top 2? Oh, Briscoe's on pit road. This is the battle for the lead. Heim just took the lead. I didn't even realize Briscoe was on pit road. Corey Heim to the lead. Gibbs is going to take a peek into 10. Oh, not there. 16 laps to go. New leader, Corey Heim. I know, right? But it did produce a good battle for the lead, because otherwise Briscoe was going to run away with this, let's be honest. I don't know. I mean, it's Fox. What do you expect at this point? As much as people don't like MAV TV has done a better job with these ARCA broadcasts than Fox has. No, Corey is not going to take it again. I guarantee you that. If Gibbs does hit him again, I think we're going full contact. I think that's where that takes it at this point. I don't know that Ty's going to be able to do it, though. Because Corey is inching away at this point. He's up to about a 5-car length lead now. Now, I mean, we've got 15 laps left, so that could drastically change between now and the end, but I don't know. I do believe also, if Corey leads from here to the end of the race, if my math's right, he's going to lead one more lap than what Ty has led in this race. Which would give him an extra point, which may make a difference in the championship. For ARCA, it's definitely MAV TV. Robert's got it exactly right. Fox is better for NASCAR. MAV TV is better for ARCA. I don't know. That's a good question, Brian. It's possible Corey has been saving his stuff this whole race so that he could do something like this, and he can make it to the end without an issue. Because he's pulling away now. He's got about 10 car lengths on him now. And I think Gibbs might have used his stuff up trying to hold Briscoe off right there before the break. So I don't know if Gibbs is going to have anything for him before the end of this, if there's not a caution. You know, as much as a lot of people don't like this, seeing Heim and Gibbs win every week, we are watching an incredible championship battle right now. And yes, if you look at it from one way, it is boring seeing them win every single week, but on the other side of the spectrum, it's really exciting seeing these two. Because, as I've been saying all year, this is going to come down to the very end. It's going to be a nail-biter all the way to Kansas. You can choose to look at it as boring and, oh, it's the same guys winning every time. Or you can look at it as, this is really exciting and this is a great championship battle. Ty could catch him. You're not wrong, Lindsay. He could. What happened to Brad Perez? I don't know. He's running 23rd. Outside of that, I don't know. I haven't seen him on the broadcast once. I have no idea. Exactly, Brian. Save your stuff is just a term, Ashton, that just means, like, save your tires so they're in better condition by the end of the run. Maybe not work the car so hard so components are not as overheated late in the run, that kind of thing. Save your stuff is just an overall catch-all term for just treating the car right throughout a run so it's in better condition at the end of a run.
Set them up with everything they need. Everything.
I tell you what, though, if we have a caution, that's going to change everything, because I guarantee you Gibbs is going to go full frontal contact here. if we don't have a caution, from what I'm seeing right now, I don't think Gibbs catches Heim by the end of this. Is this dog ad? I haven't seen a dog ad. I don't know. I think you guys are getting different commercials than what I'm getting. I've got a Captain Morgan commercial right now. 1998 Gordon and Martin won 20 races at... Exactly. Good example, Brian. Yes, I think they should do side-by-side, Rebecca. Will they? Probably not, but I think they should. Well, Briscoe's back on pit road with the hood up, so he ain't winning today. Samoa? Yep. Another very good example, Robert. And, I mean, people can choose to look at this as, oh, this is really boring. It's just Ty Gibbs and Corey Heim every single week. Or you can look at this as a historic championship battle that's really exciting to watch. Which is what it is. Meanwhile, Chris Wright is up to 5th, and Riley Herbst is up to 6th. I don't know where they came from. Corey has 2 seconds on Ty now with 10 laps to go. So he is continuing to extend this lead and pull away. I feel like the camera, like, it looks darker now than it did at the beginning. Let me see if I can fix this. There we go. Beautiful. Much better. Much better. Phoenix is one of Harvick's best tracks. My guess is, I don't remember exactly how he did at Phoenix last year, but I'm going to guess they didn't put a lot of effort into it at that point because he wasn't in the championship 4. He had that really long string of wins at Phoenix at one point. That's true. He has kind of struggled since the reconfig. You're right. I am very, very impressed with Corey right now because outside of Mid-Ohio earlier this year and one Trans Am race where he didn't even get that many laps because he had mechanical issues, Corey has no road course experience. So the fact that he's out here beating Ty Gibbs, who has won a road course race in Xfinity, says a lot about Corey Heim. Oh, somebody's off track. Okay, so that was the 74. It looked like they got off in turn 1, but he got it back going. Heim is on a mission. And see, and that's the funny thing is, everybody from the very start of the season was just like, oh, Ty Gibbs is going to run away with this championship. But yet, Corey Heim held the points lead through the first, 10, 11 races before Ty finally took the lead. And once Ty took the lead, they were like, oh, it's over, Ty's going to run away with it now. But he's not. Unless something changes here in the last few laps, Corey looks like he's well on his way to victory. Ty's not going to have as easy a time with this championship as everybody still continues to think he will. You know, that's a good point, Brian. A mad driver is a fast driver. Ooh, Riley's got a little bit of a tire rub as he battles Chris Wright for 5th. And he's going to take it. Move Riley Herbst into the top 5. Still a little bit of a left front rub, though. They're going 3 wide into the bus stop. Oh, man, that... Whoa, that... It's a good thing Taylor backed out. 3 wide, Brandon Jones, Chris Wright, Taylor Gray into the bus stop. Taylor wisely backed out because 3 wide into the bus stop was not going to work. ARCA East is not at the Glen Earl because they've moved it to being a main ARCA race. So basically when ARCA took over the sanctioning of East, they did a little rearranging of some of the tracks that were on East, they moved them onto the main ARCA schedule. Some of them that were on the main ARCA schedule, they moved them onto the East schedule. Our Not Coke went around in 11. It looked like with contact from somebody, I can't tell from who. Chris Wright is also around. That looks like in turn 1. Oh, we might have a caution because Chris Wright's not moving. This could change things. Oh, he got real wheel hopped into turn 1, spun it. No contact with anybody. He's not... Oh, here we go. Now he's rolling. Did they throw a caution, though? I feel like he was waiting for a caution, but they did not throw it. I mean, granted, he wasn't in the racing line, so good on ARCA for not throwing a caution. But he was sitting there for a while. The lead is now 2 seconds over Ty Gibbs. Corey Heim over Ty Gibbs. And Austin Hill has now tracked down Ty for 2nd. This could affect the points as well if Austin's able to take that spot from Ty before the end of this in the last 5 laps. Oh, they definitely would have. And I'll give ARCA credit. I'm impressed that they didn't throw a caution. After a few interesting hiccups with calls at the beginning of the season, ARCA's actually done a really good job with their calls here of late. What lap car? Jankowiak? There that was in front of Gibbs and Hill. I wasn't really paying attention to what he was doing. If Hill does start putting pressure on Gibbs, that's going to be even better for Heim because Gibbs is going to be more worried about Hill than he is catching back up to Heim. Honestly, I don't want a caution. I want this to play out naturally. Did you ever think you would see the day, Robert? There's a 10-second gap between Hocevar in 4th and Herbst in 5th. Jack Wood has made it into the top 10. He's currently 10th. The lead has kind of evened out. It's been between 2 seconds flat and 2.2 here for a while. I think Corey's just kind of riding right now. He doesn't need to push it with that much of a lead with 3 laps to go. Yes, Kyle is Ryan Sieg's brother. Yes, yes they would, Lindsay. Raining at New Hampshire, no caution. Cigarette on track, put it out! Oh, here comes Austin Hill out of the carousel. He's going to be on the outside into 10. Got some good momentum, and and he cleared him into 11. Austin Hill up to P2. Move Ty Gibbs back to 3rd. 2 laps to go. Yeah, it's almost a 3-second lead. Austin Hill, unless something major happens to Corey, is not going to be able to catch him. Big championship implications here. If Corey can hold on to this and Ty ends up 3rd, big championship implications. Because I'm pretty sure Corey will also have led the most laps. So that's another point in Corey's column. I don't know, Trevor. I don't think he... Oh, Drew Dollar's around. Okay, he's rolling. He's... Oh, don't drive it into the sand. What are you doing, Drew? He turns it around, stops. Is he gonna go, or... I think he's trying to wait on a caution. What are you doing, dude? Why would you do that? Your teammate is leading. They took the camera off of him, so I have no idea if he's moving now or not. Okay, Corey apparently just took the white flag, because it changed on the thing. Drew is still not moving. I don't even know where Drew is on the track. Hill cut off about half a second that lap, but he's still 2.5 seconds back. I don't think he's going to catch Corey. Final lap, if there's a caution now, I do believe... No, under ARCA rules, that doesn't end the race. We'll have a 1-lap shootout. Oh, see you, Rebecca. I still don't know where Drew was or still is on the track. Last they had a camera on him, he still wasn't moving. Off of turn 11, Corey Heim is going to win it at Watkins Glen. Alright, let me get the tweet sent out, then we'll chat. It's Heim time, folks.
Yeah, happy Jamie is an understatement. Shannon Rush and the team over here, it's like they're celebrating a championship. But really, that race meant a lot. You said that Corey
Dave. I've known he's good. We all know he's good. I'm not sure what you said is pretty loud, but I'm super proud of all these guys. They make me look good. I mean, want to say hey to my mom, though. Lost my uncle, so this means a lot.
As Shannon's continue to walking, he says this means a lot, and I can imagine that it does. Now that it's quiet down, you can see that emotions. The celebration, what do you think you're going to say to Corey, the first words that come out of his mouth?
Nice work. I mean, he makes me look good. I love it.
You can see those emotions in Shannon's eyes as he is attributing this win also to his family.
We'll hear from our driver and the top 5 when we come back to the Clean Harbors 100.
Sioux Chief Manufacturing has supplied the highest quality rough plumbing products made in America for more than 60 years. From demanding commercial and residential jobs to
Alright, so your results today from Watkins Glen. Corey Heim is your winner. Austin Hill second. Taylor Gray third. Carson Hocevar fourth. Brandon Jones fifth. Riley Herbst sixth. Taylor Gray seventh. Nick Sanchez eighth. Austin Wayne Self ninth. Jack Wood 10th. Thad Moffitt 11th. Kyle Sieg 12th. Chris Wright 13th. Sam Mayer 14th. Drew Dollar 15th. Andy Jankowiak 16th. Tim Richmond 17th. Ed Pompa 18th. Arnott Koch 19th. Chris Worth 20th. Russ Lane 21st. Tyler Ankrum 22nd. Chase Briscoe 23rd. Brad Perez 24th. Dale Quarterly 25th. Tony Costantino 26th. D.L. Wilson 27th. Brad Smith 28th. And Dr. Ed Bull shotgun on the field in 29th. What an interesting race. Honestly, I didn't expect this. Drew tried. Yes, he did. No, you're exactly right, Earl. I don't get that rule at all. It does show how good Corey is. It really does. People sleep on Corey Heim so hard. And it's ridiculous, because Corey's good. Corey's really good. And people sleep on him. Don't go to any more ARCA races. Well, you know, at this point, I don't know. You might be right, Casey. This was a pretty good race. Better than I expected. Yeah, apparently I'm Ty Gibbs' good luck charm, is what Casey has figured out. Every race I've gone to this year, the 18 has won, whether it's been Ty or Sammy Smith. Yeah, no bogus calls. ARCA did a good job calling the race. Solid race overall. I mean, this was a pretty good Watkins Glen race. And again, if my math is right, I do believe Corey led the most laps in this race. We gonna talk to anybody, or are we just gonna look at results here? Next FS1 race is Bristol. Yeah, you're right, because I think Bristol and Kansas are the only two left now. I think Briscoe probably would have run away with it, if we're being honest. Either way, though, I think Corey still would have ended up in front of Ty, so it helps Corey because he gets the 3 extra bonus points for winning the race, but I think he still would have been ahead of Ty. But Briscoe not finishing definitely helped. I don't even remember the 2019 Cup race at Watkins Glen. Oh, I think Corey passing Ty for the lead has to be the sweet move of the race. No question about it.
Never gave it up after that. 17 laps led. Well, starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, head over to the ARCA Series Twitter page at ARCA_Racing to vote on what moment you think was today's sweet move of the race presented by Reese's. This guy, I know which one he thinks.
I get so annoyed when people pronounce it Reese's. That's not how you pronounce it. It's Reese's. I get so annoyed by that. That's one of my pet peeves is when people pronounce it Reese's. I don't know where that pronunciation came from because that wasn't a thing until like what, 10, 12 years ago? Because I remember when I was a kid, nobody called it that. It was always Reese's Cups. And all of a sudden people started calling it Reese's and it stuck, and that's not how you pronounce it. Kansas is a MAV TV race? Okay, Casey says it's MAV TV. Robert says it's FS1.
General Tire was born
I don't know which it is, to be honest. I'd have to look.
right here in America.
You know, you might be right, Brian. I don't know. It would have been interesting. I'd have liked to have seen what Heim could have done with Briscoe if he was still up there. Oh, is it really? I'd rather have it on Friday night. So it's what, Saturday afternoon, probably after Xfinity? 6.2. What a random rating. I feel like that's a little low, but that's in the ballpark. Are we gonna do any interviews, Fox, or are we just sitting here wasting time for no reason? They've still got like 25 minutes left in their block here. 6.20. Okay, now we're getting very technical. Pre-race inspection and the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series is complete. There were no multiple failures.
Give every morning a fresh start with Jimmy Dean Delight's breakfast wraps.
Okay, that's better. Oh, it's before Xfinity. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, it is. It was a little short, but I mean, honestly, I don't know that I would have wanted it to be any longer. On the groovy gauge. There you go. What is this? I don't want to watch lacrosse. I want post-race interviews with Heim and Gibbs. That's what I want.
And we're back at Watkins Glen. It was a beautiful day. It was an awesome race. Short, but every lap counted. And in the end, race number 13 went to the Marietta, Georgia native, 18-year-old Corey Heim, and he's in victory lane with our Kate Osborne.
There has been tire smoke. There's been tears, and there's a whole lot of water in the victory celebration. It's just beginning for Corey Heim's 5th win of the season. Congratulations, Corey. We started today with a little something to prove. What statement were you making with that win?
Just everything we possibly could bring to the racetrack we brought today, and this Veteran Motorsports team has battled back from a lot this year. I'm really proud of them, and this crowd from cameras rolling really good today.
Billy Venturini, Shannon Rush, and yourself all talked about focus. How was the focus and preparation leading up to today? How'd that really pay off?
Yeah, Shannon, Rush, Billy, Kevin, all the guys back at the shop doing everything they can to give me every ounce of speed they possibly can, and they're all locked in this week trying to give me everything they could.
Battling with Ty there when you got around him, what at that point went through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, he's just another car on the racetrack, and I was trying to get the lead, so race him hard, race him clean, and he did too, so I just have to bring home the win today.
You talk about him
I feel like that's not completely correct, Corey.
tonight. It was a stacked lineup. How good does it feel to win a race like that, and how will it make an advantage to your career?
It feels really good. Every win feels great, but we've been working our asses off here for the past couple weeks, and we finally got one this weekend. And it hasn't been too long since we last saw Victory Lane, but regardless, every win really counts.
Here's the thing, you got another race going tomorrow. You're gonna enjoy the celebrations, but what did you learn tonight that you hope that you can take into the truck race?
Learned a lot, really. I really started out the race a little off, I think. I think the car was really good. We made a couple changes to my liking, and we got it right to where we wanted it. I think we're gonna go haul us tomorrow.
There you go. That's Corey Hunt. Final words before he gets to that truck race, and a lot of celebrations happening tonight.
Well done, Kate. Thank you. Corey Heim, he's not kidding. He puts in a lot of work, spends a lot of time
All right.
on the simulator for Kyle Busch Motorsports.
Let's see, what did I mess up here while he was talking? You will watch lacrosse and you will like it. I don't know about that.
His first time ever in that truck. He's going to be good tomorrow.
Well, he made up some points on the 18 at Ty Gibbs. We talked about it coming in. There was
28 top 10s in 29 races for Hunt. Wow, that's really cool. I didn't realize that. Okay, according to Fox, Gibbs now leads by 2 points. That's the points we have right now, according to Fox. Fox isn't always the most accurate on their points, though, so as usual, I'm going to wait on the official stuff for the Rewind show. Corey does have a lot of natural talent. He really does. I mean, honestly, he's one of the best talents I've seen come through ARCA in years. He and Ty both.
These two young are destined for greatness, I think.
And they've got the composure for that. I mean, you see it time and time again where they're put under pressure. And
I'm going to guess that's all the interviews we're doing, because it doesn't seem like they're going to any other interviews here, so I think we're going to call that it for the Rewind, or for the watch party, and I'm going to go start working on the Rewind show. So, thanks for hanging out, y'all. We'll see you tonight on the Rewind show. Yes, I do have natural talent at crashing. You are correct. I think there's a very good chance he goes full-time in trucks next year. I think there's a very good chance of that. Alright, I'll see y'all later tonight on the Rewind show, and then after that, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.